Okay, so I just finished welding in my intake pipe for the burner to go into. That will look something like that once it's up and running. I'm actually not going to refractory mine, I'm actually using high insulation bricks. I'm going to brick the inside of mine out. I'll put some in the bottom. I've just welded some old scraps in there to help hold it in. I'll put some Cyracast in there, and then I'm going to brick up around the side. These bricks are extremely easy to work with. They're very soft, and you can just basically just carve out whatever shape you need, and then they just fit straight in like that. I just had to carve those two out wide so I could get the right angles and everything for the pipe for the intake. Those bricks come in packets of 10. In Australia I've got them for about $5.50 each, so I need about 16 or 20 of those. So it's a reasonable cost, but I worked out with the cost of the Cyracast I would need about 6 bags of that, and that's about $50, $45 a bag. So it actually worked out the bricks were far cheaper and apparently far more efficient as far as retaining the heat inside. You don't have to actually heat the refractory, they just insulate the sides and allow all the heat to go into your crucible and melting the aluminium. Anyway, once again, we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I've just done the lid full of, the bottom part of it was a mortar mix with perlite, and then there's about a 40mm layer on top of that of Cyracast, and same in there. The base of it's a mortar mix, and then once again with about a 40mm layer of Cyracast on top just to take that initial heat. Okay, as I said to you before, I'm going to actually brick mine out with these high insulation fire bricks. The beauty about these things is they're fairly easy to work with because they're very light. Each one of these bricks weighs less than about half a kilo, and apparently fantastic insulation. But when I got them, the guy said to me, you know, they're really easy to work with because you can shape them to whatever you want. I've actually carved these ones, you can see an angle on the side of these so that they fit in around inside the gas bottle that I've got. I'll see if I can attempt to show you how I'm doing that now. What I did, I made up this bit of a jig here and just G-clamped it onto an old sawhorse that I've got here. And what I do there is I take the brick, slide the brick into the jig. Now what I've done is I've made it up so that the angle is the same on that side. Then just give it a little bit of a clamp down with the G-clamp there, and that locks the brick in place so that it can't move. Now just using an old power hacksaw blade that I made into a scraper about 25 years ago when I was an apprentice, just carve basically along the side of that. Just using the edge of it, sliding along and just taking a little bit more each bite. Trying to cover my eye catching silk and dust at the same time. Not working very well. You're down too close, just using like a straight edge, just running along, basically planing the corner off brick. When you take the brick out, beautiful. When you take the brick out, you can see it's carved the edge off. I've left it so there's a tiny little flat along that edge, about 10mm wide. So when you slide it back in, the flat edge sits up against the back of the jig. Once again, we'll get it the other side of the brick. take the brick out now, and it's just the right shape we need to slot in down in those things, in around the barrel. Okay, so now we get that brick, and you can see there, just fits nicely into the inside of my kiln. I deliberately made this 2 bricks high. Anyway, apparently the final one is a little bit narrower, so we cut that one, custom cut that one, so it just slides down in there from the top. In turn, that locks all the bricks in, so it can't slide out. It's good in theory, hope it works. Okay, so here's this custom made to size brick to go in the bottom of this row here. I'll see if I can hold this and push at the same time. Okay, didn't take too much pressing in there, but you can see now that's locked that bottom course of bricks in tight. Okay, so that's about all I can do for the moment. As I said, I'm about 4 bricks short. I need to go and buy 4 more bricks, but that'll be how it all sits together when it's done. I actually put a drain hole in the bottom there with a couple of channels either side. Just use a bit of wood and lay it in the concrete, and then I've just taken it out while it goes off, but just in case you have any sort of a melt crucible failure, and drop a heap of aluminium in there, it'll all run out the bottom. That's my lid there with the Shira cast on it. Just waiting for all that to go off now, and then I can put the lid tipping mechanism back on. Alright, well, I'll do some more when I get 4 more bricks. I did put a little bit of aluminium in the crucible that I made up. I haven't got any tongs to pull it out yet, but I put a little bit in there just to make sure it was getting hot enough and everything was melting okay. As you can see, this is my mechanism there for tipping the lid back, and you can see right down in there, she's all pretty hot. Furnace here, I've just made up a crucible and put in there, and just put a little bit of aluminium in it just to see how we go. I'll see if I can open the lid and give you a look inside.